Hey guys! So today is going to be my yearly favorites. Instead of doing a December favorites every January, I kind of do my yearly favorites, just kind of a rundown of all the products that I talked about all throughout the year, ones that I'm still loving, and yeah, obviously if I'm loving them, they're my favorites, right? Oh, I have stuff all up in my eyeballs. So you can totally see all my stuff hanging out over here. This is basically just makeup. I might do a part 2 and do hair and skincare because usually these videos kind of take me a while. I do usually do 2-parters, but we will see. So we're just going to jump in and get this going. So I think I'm first going to start off with, I'm going to try to go in the order of how you would apply it to your face. That's a good idea, right? I have 3 here that I've been loving throughout the entire year. The first one is the Tarte CleanSlate Poreless. I absolutely love this stuff. It's pore refining, waterproof, and line filling. It is the thickest kind of silicone based primer that I've ever really used. I used to use Smashbox Photo Finish for like ever. That was like my holy grail. I like loved it. And then I found this one and it just seemed to fill in my pores a lot better than the Smashbox one did, because I know that I kind of, my face comes off pretty clear on camera, but I do kind of have larger pores in this area, and this made a really big difference when I put my makeup on when I used this beforehand. The second one is the Benefit POREfessional, right? And this is an oil-free, lightweight, translucent, silky primer. Now this one doesn't really have that silicone-y feeling. It does have more of a balm feeling, but it still works really well for my skin. I do like the feeling that it gives. It gives a really, really silky feeling to your face, and it makes your makeup glide on. So this is the POREfessional. The last one is not really like a primer. It's just an anti-shine treatment, which I really like because I am pretty oily. And this is by Eve Pearl. Again, it's an anti-shine treatment gel, and it's just, it has like a little orange tinge to it. You guys can see that, but it doesn't leave any kind of color on your face. And then when you put it on your face, it's kind of like a little sticky at first, but then it dries and you're like super matte. So summertime, I cannot live without this product because I just turn into an oily shiny mess. So Eve Pearl Anti-Shine Mattifying Gel. I actually only have 2 foundations, and I'm pretty sure you can guess what they are. The first one is L'Oreal TrueMatch. The one that I'm using now is actually W5 Sand Beige. I did go down a color because lots of you guys have asked me if I've stopped tanning or whatnot, and I actually have. I haven't been to the tanning bed or out in the sun or anything in a really long time, and I don't even remember the last time I gave myself a spray tan because, you know, sometimes you just get over those things. So I'm pretty over it right now, tanning, but watch summer come around and I'll be like a different color. So yeah, have been using TrueMatch for years and years and years. It's definitely my drugstore holy grail foundation. I absolutely love it. But one that's running right close second to it is the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation. Now, I know that I said that I feel like I switched this to my holy grail, but it is kind of like just what I'm feeling in the mood. Some days I'll wear this and I'll be like, ugh, I don't like it, and I'll go back to this. And then I'll wear this, I'll be like, ugh, I'm over you, so I'll go back to this. It's not that I don't like them, it's just sometimes I feel like my skin gets really acclimated. Sometimes I feel like my skin gets real used to it. So I like to switch it up. This one is definitely a way longer wearing foundation for me than this one because I am oily, so I kind of wear through this one a little more than I like. So that's why I kind of alternate between the two. But these two are phenomenal. Drugstore foundations. Love, love, love. I have 4 powders here that I would like to talk about. The first one is a MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and I would usually set my makeup with this here and there. I don't really set it with this anymore. I kind of just use this on days that I don't really want to contour, but I do want some kind of definition in the cheeks. I kind of just run this through. This is in the color Medium Deep, and these do last a pretty long time. I was really skeptical about mineralized skin finishes for a long time, and I never picked one up, and then I finally did, and I was like, why did you wait so long? They're really, really great, and I do like to wear these when I don't have any makeup on. The MakeupForever Duo Mat Powder, and this is in number 205, which just looks like this. And this is actually a powder foundation. Again, I go to this on days when I don't want to put liquid foundation on or really any kind of makeup, but I want some kind of coverage to just even out my skin tone. I do go for the MakeupForever Duo Matte, and somebody told me that this is actually this foundation is actually their most full coverage foundation, which I thought was a little mind-blowing because it's just a powder, but I do notice it does cover a lot without having anything on my face. Most of the time when I wear this, I just usually have a primer on and then the powder. So this is the Duo Mat Powder in 205. Powder foundation. So two powders that I like to kind of set my foundation with. I don't really like to set my foundation. Even though I am an oily person, I don't like that powdery look. Finishing sprays kind of help tone that down, but I don't really like it. I kind of only try to powder my T-zone. So the first one is from Rimmel, and it's a Stay Matte Powder, and this one is in Nude Beige, and it just says it's a lightweight, long-lasting shine control with natural minerals for a flawless matte finish, which it does give you a great matte finish. I really, really like to use the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder when I use the Revlon Colorstay, because that kind of makes me look like a weird shiny. I don't know how to explain it, but I like this on top of that. The other one is my Neutrogena Shine Control Powder with, just looks like this. So this really absorbs powder really, really great. I take this with me pretty much everywhere I go. This is like my second one. They do last a relatively long time, but this is my second one, and I just keep it in my purse with like a little kabuki and just mainly touch up, like, you know, the T-zone area. My forehead gets a little shiny, but mainly it's just right in this area. So definitely love this powder. It is drugstore, and I believe it's around $11. I think I paid for it. It might be cheaper now because I did get this a while ago. For everyone who says I talk fast, I'm very sorry, but that's just who I am. I have a couple that I want to talk about. The first one, well, the first two are more drugstore. So the first one is the Maybelline DreamLumi Concealer. I love this. This is a highlighting concealer. I like to apply this over whatever kind of other concealer that I'm wearing. And I'll use this to kind of highlight down my nose and, you know, do the fan up here, sometimes on my chin and a little on the Cupid's bow. So absolutely love this. The color that I use mine is in Nude Chair. Nude Chair? Maybe chair is like another language for nude. Who knows? And then the other one, you can usually find these at Ulta. This is the NYX HD Photogenic Concealer. Absolutely love this stuff. This is in the color light, I believe. Beige. It's in the color beige. It is phenomenal. Definitely one of my holy grails. I repurchased this over and over again. It is the concealer that I have on today. Not that it matters because they all look the same when you blend them out, I feel like. But it does have really great staying powder, and it looks really great in pictures, so definitely love these two. So for a little more high-end concealers, I absolutely love the Tarte Amazonian Smooth Operator Clay, something like that. It's a huge long name. Oh, it's the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Concealer. Absolutely love this. It comes in a little tube like this. This is a really kind of thick concealer, which I like. It's not creamy or anything like that. It's a little bit heavier, but I really like this for when I go out and I really want like long lasting staying power. I love this concealer. And again, I will put the DreamLumi over this too to kind of help blend it out, because like I said, this really is not a creamy concealer, but definitely love that under my eyes. That is in the color light. And then I know you guys know about these, the Eve Pearl Dual Salmon Concealers. Absolutely love these. Now they're salmon concealers, which means they have a little bit of an orange tinge to them, because I have more bluish under eye circles, and the orange really helps to combat the blue so that you can't see it. I have two. I have light medium and fair light. The color that is best for me is light. That's why you see that both of the lights are missing out of these. Both of the lights are missing. This is fair light and this is light medium. So I'm waiting for eye mats this year to stock up again on these, because most of the time I believe these are like $40 concealers, but if you get them at eye mats, they're like 40% off. So that's what I'm waiting for. But I do sometimes use the other colors, but definitely light is the color that I like to go for. As you can see, they're both gone. Mainly my bronzers I use to contour. I don't kind of bronze all over my face anymore. I used to, but mainly now I just mainly use them for contouring. Sometimes I'll put a little bronzer like down here on my neck, and the one that I usually go for is the Milani Bronzer XL. I just wanted to show you guys this one because it's newer and nicer and you can actually see the name. This is the one that I use on the regular basis, and you can see the name's totally rubbed off. But these are huge bronzers. They last forever, and They have a really nice color to them. There's some shimmer, but nothing crazy. So that's the bronzer that I kind of use like if I need my neck to match my face a little more. Most of the time, the bronzers I use are only to contour. So my go-to one is Hoola from Benefit. It's just this really nice, kind of like light brown bronzer. It's nothing too deep. Doesn't pull like any orangey tones from it or anything. It's what I use to contour on a regular basis, and it lasts you a pretty long time. I've had this one for a while now and it doesn't even seem to be going down. But like I said, this is the one that I use on the regular. So that's Hoola by Benefit. The next one is NARS Laguna, which I just recently started using not that long ago. I do use them together. The NARS one is definitely a lot deeper than the Hoola bronzer, so I like to put this one kind of way like up here just to kind of get more dimension and shadow up here, so I don't have to keep layering and layering and layering on the Hoola bronzer to achieve that. And then last, this one is from Sleek Cosmetics, and this is the Face and Contour Kit. And the color that I have mine in is in medium, and as you can see, that is a really deep, dark bronzer. I use this one when I'm more tan, and then it's great because it comes with like a matching highlighter that would go great with like medium toned skin as well. The first one that I want to talk about is just this palette from Beige Cosmetics, and it's the 10 color blush palette. I really love this. It has lots of pink and orangey tones in it, which are the blushes that I go for. And it's really nice to have them just, oh, hello. It's really nice to just have them all in a palette, kind of keep them all organized, and they don't take up a lot of room. Come on. Even though it's an inexpensive blush palette, you really do get good color payoff. They're really pigmented and everything, and I believe this is under like $10. Don't quote me, but it could possibly be under $10. So yeah, love this. Use it all the time. Yeah. Milani, and it's called Luminiso. It's mainly just like a peachy kind of blush, and it is a baked blush, and it does give a little bit of shimmer to the cheeks, which usually I'm not a fan of, but on this one I don't really notice it as much. It just kind of makes you look like you're glowing from within. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just a really nice peachy color. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You can't. The other one is from Milani as well, but I do believe this one is discontinued, and I'm really sorry to be showing like a discontinued blush. This is called Sweet Rose, I believe. A lot of you have told me that because the name's peeled off from the back. But I use this blush almost every single day. I love it. It's great for my skin tone. It just makes me look like I have like a natural flush. It is super pigmented, and it sucks that this is discontinued because I don't know what I'm going to do when this runs out. Yeah, so Sweet Rose? Desert Rose? I don't really know. And then the last one that I usually reach for is Coralista from Benefit, which to me is similar to Luminiso from Milani. It smells so good though. I know I'm weird about smells. So this one's just kind of a corally blush as well. So that's what I like to go for. I like to go for pink blushes or corally blushes. Oh, I have one more. I see it hiding. And this one is from Sleek Cosmetics, and this one is called Suede. Ugh. Really nice. Kind of a mix of peachy and pink. Oh, I want to mention something too. This should have been mentioned way earlier when we were talking about foundation, but beauty blenders definitely have been a favorite of mine. I have more back there, but you probably can't see them. This is the original, the pink one. They do come in other colors now, black and white, but this is the OG right here. All you do is get this wet, and it makes your makeup go on super flawless, and by having the sponge wet, you're not really soaking the product into the sponge. It's mainly staying on your face, so it gives a really nice airbrush, super flawless look. So definitely wanted to mention the beauty blender. Oh, I'm just all over the place here, right? And then back to concealers, definitely wanted to mention the Nye Banana Powder. I use this to set my under eye concealer. It is just a yellow tinged powder, which is great if you have more of like medium olive skin. If you're more on the fair side, I would kind of stay away from it because it's just gonna kind of look like yellow underneath your eyes. I know that they do have a pink powder, and the pink one would probably work way better for you if you were fair skinned, because I've had a couple of girls tweet me and say, I've tried the banana powder and it just looks cakey and yellow under my eyes, and I see their pictures and they're like blonde hair, blue eyes. So I definitely recommend more of the pink tinge if you're more fair skin, and the yellow if you're more medium olive skin. I'm not going to talk about them super in depth just because then this video would be extra long and it's already going to be long on its own. So first I just want to mention this one little drugstore quad. This is Cozy Cashmere, I believe. And again, it was limited edition, so I'm sorry to be mentioning it, but I do find myself reaching for it a lot. It's just gorgeous. It's got like orange and browns and then like a really nice highlight. All of my shadows are mainly neutrals because that's just what I'm comfortable with and what I go for, so Cozy Cashmere. But I'm sure that Maybelline makes a lot of these little 4 quad eye studios, so I'm sure that you could find something super similar to it, and Gucci is trying to get in the window, so let's help her out. Okay. So besides that one little Maybelline eye studio quad, most of my eyeshadows, I only really tend to go for palette forms. I don't like to really buy individualized eyeshadows because I feel like it just takes up so much room, and most of the time if you have a palette, you have pretty much everything that you need. So even though all my palettes are neutral, which is kind of sad, I do have colorful palettes. I just don't reach for them as much as I reach for my neutrals. So I have 4 here and then one on the bottom that I need to pick up. So the first one is the Beige Cosmetics Day and Night palette. I like this one because it does have color in it and it lets me, you know, get a little wild when I feel like it. These palettes are super inexpensive. I'm not being paid to talk about them or anything like that, but it just has lots of colors in it. So again, I like to keep all my shadows in palettes just because it's easier. For my neutral palettes, obviously the Lorac Pro is in there. Talked about him before. The only thing that I don't like is what it's made out of. It's kind of the same exact thing as the NARS palettes, and I know all you have to do is wipe them clean, but I just don't make them in this material because they get dirty. The Naked 2 palette is definitely my favorite over the original Naked palette. I know that there's like a war between the two, but for me personally, I find myself reaching more for the Naked 2 palette than the original Naked palette. The only color I wish that was in here that's in the original is Buck. I love Buck, and that's pretty much spent in my other palette. So this is the Naked 2. I have to add this little guy in here. This is Naked Basics. I love him. There's only 6 shadows in this one, and it's relatively new, but I definitely wanted to add it to my favorites because I find myself reaching for it almost every single day. This is definitely my go-to palette for just regular everyday looks. So that's that. And then the other one, super inexpensive. I believe this is like $15 at Target when they are out. They come out sporadically, so just make sure you check back. It is the Eyes, Lips, and Face, also known as e.l.f. Neutral Palette. So it's huge. It looks like this, and it's wonderful. All of these shadows are, some of them are a little powdery, but most of them are pretty pigmented. I don't have really any complaints about it. I do use this palette all the time, so yeah. The eyeliner that I use for liquid liner, I was originally using the Urban Decay 24/7 liner, which I really like. It has a pretty thin, opens this way, which always confuses me. They're just liquid liners like this. They're not felt tip, they're actually OG liquid liners. So that's the first one. That is the, like I said, Urban Decay 24/7, but now I use the NYC liquid liner, which is like $2, probably not even $2, and I really like it. It's super black and it's pretty easy to work with. As for like my waterline, the really only one that I ever use is the L'Oreal Smoldering Kohl pencil, which just looks like this. I've had this for a while now, and they are originally only like this big. I don't think they're much bigger than this, but they work really great and just gives that nice smoldering. It's just an eye kohl basically, so it's super soft in the eye, and yeah. For mascara, 4 that I want to talk about. So Holy Grail is Benefit's They're Real mascara. This mascara is amazing. I don't know what it is about it usually, and it's even got like a weird like rubber wand, which usually rubber wands I'm not a fan of. I think that they just don't like my eyes or something, but this one is really great. Definitely looks like false lashes when you wear this. You guys know that I like to layer my mascaras. Just for me personally, I feel like it does my lashes a way better job if I layer them. So the other one is Maybelline's Mega Plush, L'Oreal's Voluminous Carbon Black, and Rimmel Lash Accelerator. But if I had to live with 2, it would definitely only be Rimmel Lash Accelerator and Benefit's They're Real. These two together, girl, best thing of life. Eyebrow products. I really have only started filling in my eyebrows pretty much this year, and I did use a ton of stuff in the beginning, and I was like carving them out with the concealer and just doing all these extra steps. I don't do that anymore. The only thing that I use to fill in my eyebrow is the Brow Wiz from Anastasia? You know her name. This stuff works amazing. It is in pencil form, but I feel like it's a really light pencil. Like your eyebrows don't look so harsh when you draw them on, and it comes with a little spoolie on the end so that you can brush out again to avoid your eyebrows looking really harsh. I always set them with a brow gel, which is again from Anastasia, and I love this brow duality pencil from, again, Anastasia. All these actually did come together in a little kit. I got them from Ulta, and they came with tweezers as well too. Best thing I've ever bought in my life. Definitely use these products every single day. This duality pencil, I absolutely love it. I use the non-matte side in my waterline a lot just so that I don't have to use a white pencil, because sometimes that's a little too, I don't like it, so I like more of this like pinky champagne color in my waterline. And of course I use it to highlight my brow bone as well. First, let's talk about chapstick, and a brand that I can't live without is definitely these little EOS balls. I have them everywhere. They're like in my makeup vanity, in my purses, in my car. I know some people say that they feel like these dry their lips out, but I've never had an issue with them. I just think they're cute, and I just like their packaging and their little balls, and that sounded weird, right? Of course, Nivea. Oh, I love these. This is Mint and Minerals, and then this is just the original. Mint and Minerals is definitely my favorite. I don't like any of the other ones. I don't like the honey one. I don't like that berry. Is it berry? It's like a pink tube. I don't know what it is. These two are my favorite. Mint and Minerals, and of course, just the original. So, need these. Baby lips. I have to talk about these. They're by Maybelline, and it's more of like a tinted kind of colored lip balm. The color that this one is in Fruit Punch, and it's pretty much the only one that I do like. I've tried all of them, and they all have kind of just disappeared. They're not with me anymore. But this one always hangs around. I repurchased this one over and over again, so Baby Lips, Fruit Punch, yeah. Kind of matches my nails too. Lipsticks. So we'll talk about MAC ones first since they're all just sitting here. This is Viva Glam Nikki, which this is like a nice corally pink color, which looks like that. Diva. Ooh. So there's Diva, just like a really nice deep red. Ruby Woo, which is a great matte red. And Rebel. Now if you're on YouTube, you obviously know about Rebel because everybody and their mama wears it, and that's Rebel right there. So it's like a nice, really deep purpley color. But we all know that drugstore lipsticks are my favorite thing. I just mainly wanted to pick out the ones that I feel like I wore mainly this year. So definitely the first one is Maybelline's Make Me Pink. Love this color. It's like the perfect like pink when you don't really want to look like you're wearing lipstick. You wear this because it's amazing. Revlon's Primrose, which I think will always be a favorite of mine just because it's a great like baby pink. So this is Pink Pout. It's a matte pink color. Smoked Peach, which I absolutely love. This is another matte. It is phenomenal. Oh, Berry Hoped, which is by Revlon as well. Ooh. I'm a horrible swatcher, you guys. That's why I never swatch. I'm always like, what? Can you see that? Do you see that? Yeah. So that's why you never see me swatch stuff. Boop. I probably should have talked about lip liners first, right? Let's go back to lip liners. MAC, and this is Night Moth. Absolutely love Night Moth. Ugh, it's gorgeous. A super dark color. It almost looks black. It's a super dark kind of purpley color. NYX, and it's just nude. This is Jordana. I found out about Jordana lip liners from Carly Bell. She like swears by them, so I wanted to give them a try, and I really like them. This one is Tawny. I'm gonna draw the other one right next to it. And this is Baby Berry. So Baby Berry and Tawny from NYX, and it's Dolly Pink, which we know I love Dolly Pink because it's just a super, super pinky. Definitely has blue undertone to it, and it's just fun. Hello, I suck at swatching. Oh, this is taking forever. Lip glosses. Let's talk about drugstore first. So I love Revlon glosses. This one is Crystal Lilac, I believe, and it's a color burst, and it definitely gives you a good color, so you can wear this on your lips without a lip gloss. This one is Coral Reef from Revlon again, and it is super pigmented as well. Love this. NYX Beige. I don't know why they call it beige. It's definitely pink. The only thing that I don't like, and I know that I say this every time I talk about them, but it just bothers me, that's it right there, is the smell. It smells like Tootsie Pops on 100, and I don't really like the smell of Tootsie Pops, so ugh. But I do like the gloss. And more for high end, these two are by NARS, and this one is Turkish Delight, and then this one is Angelica. Love, love, love these. The only thing I don't like is the smell. They smell like plastic or something, and you think for a more higher end lip gloss or anything like that, that the smell would be a little better, but I can't really complain because you put these on your lips and they pretty much last for a really long time. The longest gloss that I've used are the NARS ones. The first one is from The Balm, and it's the Betty Luminizer. Ugh, if I can open you. And it just looks like this. Just like kind of a white highlight. It's super, super pretty on your skin, as you can see. So, The Balm. And then my other one is from MAC, and this one is Superb. I wanted Whisper of Guilt, but it was also that. Yeah, so this one's kind of just like a champagne-y kind of highlight, as you can see. Doesn't really have any gold tinge. Brownie pink. It's gorgeous. You always want to finish your makeup with some kind of setting spray. So the two that I have right now, you guys know that I love Scandinavia. I just don't have any of them right now. I've totally used them up. So what I've been using is MakeupForever Mist and Fix. This really isn't like a setting spray. It just kind of fixes your face. If you've kind of applied too much powder, it just kind of makes everything look more dewy and more natural. So that's that. If you want to set it and you don't want it to go anywhere, you definitely want to use Model in a Bottle. When I first got this, I was a little put off by it because it sprays out like crazy, like hits you hard in the face. But now I really love it because I realize it works so amazing. So you just want to make sure that your lashes are dry before you apply this to your face, because if it gets them wet, it'll get it all over your face. I do have a bunch, but I don't want to talk about all of them. These are ones that I definitely can't live without, and the first one is a stippling brush. This is from Sonia Kashuk, and you can find these at Target. I believe they're like $12.99. I use this for blending out or buffing out my contour, blush, and highlight, and it just works perfectly. It gives a really flawless, kind of super blended appearance. The next two are contour brushes. This is a dome brush from Sedona Lace, and this is a contour brush from Real Techniques. Love, love, love these. You guys know I love contouring, so I can't ever be without these two brushes. This one, amazing. To put on my foundation, this is from Real Techniques as well, and it's the Buffer brush. No, it's the Expert Face Brush. Woo. This thing will buff your makeup in and make it just go on like butter, flawless, everything that you want to say that refers to a good face. This brush will do it for you. And three shadow brushes, excuse me, that I can't live without is just a fluffy brush. This is just from, I believe, Beige Cosmetics. This is a shader kind of fluffy brush, kind of similar to a MAC 217, and a pencil brush. This is Beige Cosmetics, this is Sedona Lace, and this is Sigma. So pencil brush, can't live without, can't live without, definitely can't live without. So 3 must-have brushes. And that's it. Those were all my yearly favorites. I probably will be doing a part 2 of mainly like hair and skincare and maybe like nails and stuff. I didn't want to put it all in this video because I'm sure this video is super long already, so be on the lookout for part 2 if you're interested in all that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye! Look, too much stuff. No. No, boobies. Too much stuff, baby. Where are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go? Oh, well, guess you'll find your way, huh? And then for like individualized blush, the first one is from Milani and it's called, come on, boo. Come on. And some people say they make their makeup on to more eyeshadow. Oh, okay, now what did you just say? Freaking hot. And you know this, man. Okay.